Ocado were the first online exclusive supermarket in the UK. At first they offered products of their own alongside Waitrose, and more recently they've now got into bed with M&S offering their products. But I'm going to review every aspect of their service in this video. Website overview. So let's have a look at the Ocado website. As you can see, this is sort of the home page with a lot of products that are on offer. So look at the different sections up here. We've got browse shop, we've got new. That's good. So they've got like a new section, all offers, meal deal. I'm sorry, I'm acting as if like I haven't seen this. I absolutely have. Look, this wasn't even planned. Look, Romana's Heavenly Hummus. Good to see that. And on offer as well, £2. That's amazing. In fact, I'm gonna leave a review for that because I have actually had that product on, I can now say, numerous occasions actually. 4 and a smidge stars there. What are people saying? Give me a break. 1 star. Hummus I've ever tried. Let me just see what else they're saying. Well, this person buys livers, so I think that says it all. And they've given Mano Masa 2 stars. Okay, Mano Masa is literally one of the best brands in the UK, so this person doesn't know what they're talking about. And of course, look, we've now got M&S, so this is a recent change. M&S has joined Ocado, so you can see all of the M&S stuff in these special sections as well. The checkout process is very straightforward. My only main criticism of Ocado, well, I say main, I've got 2. So as you can see here, there is delivery charge. I believe there's a delivery charge no matter what. There's a minimum order of £40. The difference between that and Iceland is that with Iceland you can pay delivery, but I think you get free delivery over £35 with Iceland. And as you can see, actually look, so you can get occasionally, not always, but occasionally you can get special free slots, which are at quote unquote inconvenient times, but personally that's fine with me. However, as you can see, it's just limited because there's not many free slots there. When we placed an order, there was actually no free delivery slots, as in free cost, and we paid £6.99 for delivery. So that's not amazing. My second criticism is when you go through the checkout process, it sort of bombards you with offers and you have to click quite a few times to get past the offers. But other than that, I absolutely love Ocado. I think their website is really good, really user friendly, and they do really, really good products, especially now that they've got M&S. So let's review the rest of the experience. Because Ocado is mainly an online business, well, not mainly, exclusively an online business, but they send you physical products. A lot of this is going to focus around the technology of their website and the actual service and everything like that. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But other than that, let's get on with the video now. Delivery and experience. So our order has just arrived from Ocado. And as you can see, one interesting thing with Ocado is that they label their bags. So they have, this one's for cupboard. So that obviously means it's just cupboard and grocery food. And they have ones for fridges and freezers, which my wife's just packed away. I was going to show you, but they have now disappeared. Anyway, so it has just arrived, and I'm going to go through some of the products that we've actually got. And yeah, so the service was great, by the way. They do tell you roughly when they're coming, and they also text you in advance if there's any substitutions. This time we had 1 missing item that they couldn't replace, the Cantina tortilla chips, and 1 substitution, well, two meals substituted both, which was a Charlie Bigham's meal. On this occasion we refused the substitution because we're not massive fans, well, Claire likes it actually, but I'm not a big fan of Thai green curry. So yeah, I like all the ingredients in it. It's not like vinegar, where I don't like vinegar. I just don't like the sort of fragrance of it. So yeah, we refused that, but let's have a look at what we did get. So these things were heavily recommended to me. This is the Crosta and Milica pizzas. Apparently these are some of the best sort of supermarket pizzas you can buy. I'm going to open this up because we're actually having it today. 11 to 12 minutes, 190 fan, and it looks like that. It looks good. Yeah, I think this was around £3, so it's a more expensive pizza, but yeah, it looks like that. Anyway, we'll pop that in the oven in a minute. Great to see some M&S products at Ocado, so that is awesome. We've got the 6 cheesy garlic slices, which we're also having tonight. So they carry a really extensive range, and they've got products from little sort of kooky brands like these guys, New York Deli. These guys are incredible, and we have actually reviewed the hot toffee nuts before. They're absolutely delicious, a little bit spicy, but very tasty, and the caramel taste is amazing. Milk! The M&S Indian range is brilliant, chiefly among them their naan breads, both the garlic and coriander and their normal tandoori naan breads are absolutely amazing. They're easily the best sort of supermarket naan breads. Like I say, they carry a full range of Charlie Biggums, so this time we're trying the sticky toffee pudding, which has good reviews on their site. Not all of the Charlie Biggums puds do, but all of the Charlie Biggums food that I've tried so far I've been really impressed with, so excited for that. And that is about it for the interesting stuff. I've got some custard tarts there, and also got a mega 1.2 kilogram cornflakes, which is cool that they sell this size. Yeah, just going down a place with my cornflakes, isn't I? Anyway, right, let's get this food cooked up. Maybe I'll show you a bit of dinner, and yeah, let's move on. So it's a couple of weeks later, and this is the Ocado review. You already know that, you're already watching this video, so that's a stupid thing to say. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. We've put in another Ocado order, and this time I've selected lots of Ocado products. Basically, wherever I could get an Ocado product, as opposed to an M&S product, I've got an Ocado product, because it occurred to me that I will eventually be doing a separate M&S review, and this is an Ocado review. So let's get on with the Ocado-ness. And great news, guys. I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier in the video or not, but sometimes Ocado do substitute items. Like we usually do have 1 or 2 things per order that have been substituted, so it is quite a lot. This time, absolutely nothing has been substituted, so that's brilliant. So we've got like some organic kidney beans and some fresh basil here. Nice, basil 40. Oh, and now I can show you the actual carrier bag. So look, you've got these cupboard ones, which are for just cupboard stuff, although they've put the chocolate in there. Chocolate goes in the fridge. It doesn't, you say? It does. Here is a freezer bag. Just about to make out the text on there. So we've got some little Haagen-Dazs ice cream pots in there. Get them in the freezer in a minute. And then these are the fridge bags, the red ones. As I say, there wasn't too much that I want to highlight here, but I do want to say this is the first time I've ever found provolone cheese from a UK supermarket, so that's super exciting because we're having like homemade pizza one day, and that is going to make all the difference. And also, they sell San Marzano or San Marzano, however you pronounce it, tomatoes, which if you know your juice or if you know your tomato juice, your tomato fruity vegetable tins, then you'll know that these are particularly good for pizza as well. So hopefully we're going to have the best homemade pizza I've ever made, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to put this stuff away, we'll talk about the quality and eat the products throughout the rest of this week. Products. So I've now used a number of the vegetables that we've had. The bag of onions was great actually. Yeah, sometimes with the bag of onions they're all bashed and horrible and cheap and wow, that's blurry, and now there's a hoover. Yeah, sometimes with the bag of onions they get a bit bashed and they just put low quality ones in there, but that was a good bag of onions. The potatoes, nothing to write home about, but certainly not bad. There weren't too many big ones in there, but this is just King Edward potatoes. They were fine, they were good. The peppers are good. Again, it's a multi-pack, and they're not bashed or anything like that, so that's good. The carrots were great. They were, you know, quite cheap. I think they were under 50p. Quite a big bag, and we got some really nice big carrots in there. And the leeks, again, nothing to complain about. So yeah, overall veg quality, really good. So today we're having homemade pizza. So I've got the doughs here. They've been fermenting, long fermenting. So it's been about 3 days since we made that. So that's a long ferment. They've been in the fridge most of the time, so I've just got them out of the fridge today to come up to temperature.
MJ takes 72 hours plus to do this. I haven't got time to spend 3 days straight on a pizza. I'd just rather get a Dr. Opnics or whatever it's called. Now, 72
Dr. Optics, Dr. Robotics. What?
Provolone. This is the first time I've seen provolone in the UK. I did mention that earlier in the video. We've got pepperoni as well. It's a little big for pizza, but I'm actually think I'm gonna cut it into strips and do something a little bit different this time around. Galbani, this is the low moisture mozzarella. You can get it from a few places, but it's crucial and good that you can get it from Ocado. And this is the thing that I'm most excited by. Again, I think I did mention this earlier in the video. This is San Marzano or San Marzano, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Tomatoes, tin of tomatoes. Whenever you watch like homemade pizza videos on YouTube, 100% of them always say that San Marzano are the best tomatoes to use for pizza. So we'll see later on today. Okay guys, the completely from scratch pizza is looking pretty good. Let's have a little peek under. Oh yeah, let's get that under the grill. Underneath the grill there's a tasty pizza. There's some food I trust. Okay, so there it is, using Ocado ingredients. Or ingredients bought from Ocado, it's not all Ocado stuff. Yeah, definitely the best looking completely handmade pizza I've made. So let's find out about the taste. Wow, that is really, really good. I'm quite proud of myself that I made that from scratch, to be honest. Yeah, let me show you this, guys. So mine actually did go a little bit burned. Not burned, charred. I'm going to call it charred. It's still delicious, but it is definitely too far. But Claire's was not burned or charred. But, I mean, look at the rigidness and look at the thinness of the crust as well. I mean, that is by far the best homemade pizza I've made from scratch ever. I think it's all down to that technique, to be honest, guys. The cooking it. I did it basically got it from the Pizza Pilgrims kit that we did. That was where the method sort of came from, or where I got the idea. Anyway, really good stuff and using hard to find ingredients. So I should have taken more photos of the meals that we've cooked this week, because we've made meals from scratch using the Ocado food and they've been really nice. So one of the highlights was the organic red kidney beans from Ocado. They were really good, and all the vegetables have been really good quality as well. We made a chicken tikka biryani with some nice vegetables in there. They were all great. The onions were very good. I will say the onions were absolutely killing my eyes. They were particularly acidic with the fumes. So that was interesting, but they've all been really good stuff. Wrap up and review. So I'm now going to wrap up my thoughts on Ocado and review them properly. So overall, I think the website is absolutely fantastic. I think substitutions are probably one of their weakest areas, in that the substitutions themselves are usually like okay or fine, along the lines of what you would expect. They happen a little bit too frequently. As I say, this time, or the most recent time when I ordered, I actually didn't get any substitutions. So that was brilliant, but I usually do. The range of products on offer is absolutely fantastic. I was so chuffed to be able to make that pizza the way that I did, with the excellent high quality tomatoes and the different kinds of cheeses and all of this sort of thing. It wouldn't really be possible at many other supermarkets, not with the range that they offer. So that is one of the key strengths of Ocado. Price is, it's a little high, like for some of the items it's a little high, like these high-end, you know, special ingredients like I bought, like the tomatoes were I think like £2.50 or something for the can. So its strength is also its weakness in that regard, but like I say, if they're not available anywhere else, you're going to be forced to pay some of these prices. Also, some of their prices on their like heirloom tomatoes, that sort of thing. I don't mean specifically just tomatoes, but like heirloom fruits and vegetables. They've got a lot of that different type of thing. A lot of organic produce where their price is quite high. But again, you sort of would expect to pay that anywhere. Overall, price-wise, it's not too bad. Like, the actual Ocado products are as cheap as you'll find them in most supermarkets, really. It's just because you can't get Ocado versions of every single item, the cost tends to be a little bit on the higher side. Although I will say it's still cheaper than shopping at Tesco physically. That's my experience anyway. I think our most recent Ocado order was £90, and that was with all of those extravagant ingredients, which included like a £5 block of cheese, not £5 weight, £5 cheese, and lots of other fairly expensive stuff in there. So that's not too bad. Whereas Claire and I haven't shopped at Tesco for probably over 5 years, not like the full regular weekly shop, which is what we used to do, and I think we used to spend minimum 80 at Tesco, and it was usually north of 100, so some quite big differences there. I am looking forward to returning to Tesco and doing a full shop there to see how much it's changed. Maybe it has come down in price a little bit, but I'll try to keep our weekly shop there as normal as possible when we do get to that. Anyway, service is brilliant. They send you a text when they're on their way, and they also tell you who's coming to deliver your food and in what branded van they're going to be in. So it'll tell you that Bobby's coming in a cabbage van, for example. So overall, there really is not much to dislike about Ocado. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I guess skipping back just slightly to the price, sometimes there is a cost for delivery. I mean, oftentimes you are able to get it for free. Usually you'll pay £1.99. If you need it shorter notice or you're having it at a busy time delivery slot, you might pay up to £6.99. So, or that, rather I should say, that's the most I've ever paid for it. Usually I try and get the free ones because we don't mind having it delivered at late hours, so like 11 PM or whatever. And on that note, I will say sometimes the delivery drivers will call you and say, we're in the area, so if you are in and you want it earlier, we can come and deliver it to you earlier. So that's convenient as well. But yeah, brilliant stuff. Really, really rate Ocado. This is the second video in this series where I'm reviewing supermarkets and weekly shop sort of thing. And the first one was Iceland, and I've been really impressed with Iceland recently. I'm like a new convert to Iceland. But Ocado, I've always been a big fan, and I think their move away from Waitrose to M&S has been pretty seamless and quite positive. So I'm really happy with Ocado. They're one of my favourites, and I would actually give them a solid 5 stars. Which supermarket would you like me to review next? I'm definitely going to do Aldi soon, and then I probably plan to do Tesco soon as well. There's a few other ones that will be slightly trickier to do, like Sainsbury's. We don't have a big Sainsbury's near us, so I would need to decide which branch that is a little bit further afield is the best one to do that one at. Oh hey, you know, we're actually getting a very big Sainsbury's built in Aylesbury, so maybe this series will last for so long and I'll do things like budgeons and whatnot that I can get to Sainsbury's further down the road. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.